Well, it's May 20th, 2011. We're back at a pretty familiar place, at Northern Adirondack Central School in Ellenburg, New York. Every year for several years we've come here to check out the FFA Fair. And Don Jones is the advisor for this group, but he's been under the weather lately. So talk about familiar venues and familiar faces. Homer Bushy is back to help out with this program. He's the one that inspired and engendered this program all those years ago. They try to keep it going in adverse times, and the program has had some problems, but by golly, we're here again. And we're going to interview Homer, we're going to interview teachers, we're going to interview kids and farmers, and we're going to see horses and cows and pigs and who knows whatever before we're through here today. This is typical of what happens in rural America. In the North Country, it's one of the things we love to promote because it happens year after year after year. And in this day and age, people find it hard to believe that there are still farms and farmers left in northern New York. But guess what, folks? There are lots of farms and lots of farmers left here, and they are the salt of the earth. And oh, by the way, Calvin, you can take tomorrow off because that's the end of the world, right? Tomorrow? Yeah, I think tomorrow's the end of the world, so we can get a good night's sleep tonight and kiss it goodbye. Well, you're going to have a lot of fun with us today at the big fair at Northern Adirondack Central School.
Calvin, am I groomed well, so I don't want to make sure I look
Yes. Well, the kids are here and Homer Bushy's here once again.
Once again.
Talk about familiar places and faces.
Very much true.
Homer, what's going on? We heard Don wasn't well. Is he going to be all right?
He's got some serious health issues, and right now it's up in the air exactly what's going to happen. He thinks, at least at this point, but the process hasn't gone through what he's got to go through yet. He'd like to be back before the end of the school year, but depends what happens with his condition, and that everything works out well for him, and then he'll be back. But right now, as far as I know, I'm probably here to the end of the year.
So who do they call the Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Well, you started it. You might as well be here now.
Yeah, and so far it's worked out well. We got a lot of kids involved with the fair, and we got some people here. We got some people advertising their machinery. We've got sponsors that are beyond belief that continue to support this program. I mean, the money that's in this, right, just for these kids to show these animals, that's there for these kids. It's unbelievable. I can't really give you an amount, but it's beyond what the ordinary would see.
You and I both know how important this program is, and I hate to see it falter. And so I don't know what we're going to do to save it, but I'm glad you came back to help them out. Well, that's a quandary.
Well, we need it. Hopefully, that's just simply, we got a couple substitute teachers that could probably do some of the instruction if it was given. But it's to get the FFA stuff. There's so much involved with the things that these kids have to do. The FFA doesn't just begin here and end here. It's the stuff that they do the rest of the year that they've got to be able to be involved in. They have to keep a record of it all, because these kids, at least in the past, have excelled to a point where they won state contests and been on to the nationals that they go. And so the traveling is unbelievable with these kids when they get into the competition that they get into. And it's a situation where right now we evidently got some participation, but it's just to continue and try and get it better than.
You've got to explain it a little bit for people who may not have seen you and I and all the other times we've talked about this program. What is it all about?
All right, the course in agriculture is an elective in high school.
Yeah.
The program is there for the community. If the community supports the program, it can be a very educational program. I've had students in the past that took my classes in agriculture, didn't get into agriculture because probably the most important part they were involved with was the leadership training.
Yeah.
You got to be a real skilled person to do some of the different kinds of occupations that kids have today. And in the program that I had kids that went to Albany School of Pharmacy, for instance.
Sure.
Went to Clarkson Engineering, and they're into the teaching profession. I got 6, possibly 7 down the road, people that were in my program that are now ag teachers. So you know, you got to be able to handle being able to talk and speak in front of people, and obviously that must have helped them down the road in the professions.
Of course
that
it
they're in.
did.
Yeah.
And that's your legacy.
No.
But now you came back to write another chapter of it. Yes, you thought you were all done with it.
Well, I thought I was too, but again, you know, it's nice to be able to come back. It's as long as the kids understand who I am and what I expect of them, then that's half the battle. And once that happens, then everything rolls.
So what is the problem with numbers now? Is it?
Well, the numbers, you know, again, kids are putting classes, and sometimes if they're necessarily not doing well in others, now we have labs that they have to take to get themselves boosted up so they can get through the courses that they have. So sometimes that's a problem that can happen. The amount of interest in the program, depending upon what happens with the program, depends whether the student wants to continue to be involved in the program. So that's got to be the nuts and bolts of it, is being able to keep the interest in there, and then the educational program that's needed to make these kids do what they can do, whether it's in agriculture or whether it's in some other field that they pursue beyond when they get out of it.
Do all the kids in school get a chance to come out to the fair today, or how does that work?
What happens, the elementary kids do. The kids in high school, I think they have it so that they can come out during study halls, so they don't miss their classes. Some of these kids that are doing different things today, whether it's showing cattle or some of these other smaller animal exhibits, they have certain classes that they have to attend because the teachers schedule like a test or something, and it's an important class. They have to be there. They have to leave here. They let me know, and when they come back, that teacher's already consulted with me when they have to be there, so that it's simply making sure that is done and that they get to where they have to be. And just being able to do that, then you get that communication that you have with the school that makes it so that these kids can continue to be out and be involved in it.
So you got displays and you're showing cattle today.
Yeah. Small animal exhibits, we're limited, but we got some more in. From what I had already been given to me from the entries that were turned in. We've had a cattle show that is going on right now. We've got over 40 head of cattle. We got 20 kids of exhibitors that are showing cattle.
Great.
And we have a great judge. She's done a tremendous amount of work in 4-H from the time she was little to what she's doing now. And I'm sure you'll be able to chance to talk to Rebecca Brown. She used to be Rebecca Dumont.
Oh yeah, sure.
And we can get and see what she's doing.
A lot of these kids will be showing at the fairs later on too, right?
In fact, she was also so much involved with the dairy with 4-H in Franklin County, and one of the things that they have, not only for Franklin County but Clinton County, because I think they work together in doing it, is a dairy camp they have in the springtime. So the kids are well prepared for the fairs that they're coming up between Clinton County and Franklin County fairs. So this is very similar to it. Getting these kids, get their animals, getting them trained so that if they're really good here, they'll be that much better when it comes time for. And for those that aren't as good, they'll get more practical experience in being able to carry this through.
Homer, we know you've got a very busy day. We'll try to catch up with you later, but good luck and thanks so much for coming back.
Okay, no problem.
Good to see you.
Look forward to seeing you guys again.
All right, we got the big herd here today. We got a bunch of people, and they claim they're all in charge.
Yeah.
And if you believe that, who are you?
Me, Dustin Manor.
You tried to get away, but I didn't let you get out of sight.
I'm not in it, so.
Oh, you're not?
No.
You're just here watching these guys?
Yeah.
Supervisor?
Yeah.
Well, he's taller than you are. Who are you?
Dylan Blair.
How are you, Dylan?
Pretty good, you?
I'm doing great. You are?
Forrest Carpenter.
And?
Tyler Fortin.
Hi. And?
Jared Trombley.
Hunter Carpenter.
Ta-da! What a group. Okay, what do we got here? Explain to me what you got here.
I don't know.
They're calves.
He's in charge, but he has no idea. He probably didn't even eat breakfast this morning. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, he had breakfast, so he knows that much. All right, talk about the calves.
Well, there's 3 of them are brought by the Carpenters, 1 by Jared, and then who brought the 2 bigger ones?
McDonald brought the 2 beef cows.
These are from your farm?
No, just the 1. And then Dale brought those 2.
Okay. So you're not going to actually show them. You're just going to have them here for demonstration?
Yeah.
Do you all live on farms?
Yeah.
Near, not too far away?
No.
What grades are you guys in?
I'm in 8th.
I'm in 6th.
9th.
You are in 9th grade? What grade are you in?
None.
He's in no grade. Are you out of school or
Yep.
what? Oh. So anyway, did you volunteer to bring these cattle here today? Did you? Are any of you been involved in the actual program
Yeah,
here at the school?
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and?
I was last year.
And?
It was good. Fun.
You were in the program last year?
Not last year, but I was before, yeah.
You were never in the program?
I was last year, yes.
Forest is in
Wait, was
there.
I last year?
That's good.
Oh, I
Went
guess.
to Indiana.
Yeah, so do you all, now how many farms are represented here? 3 farms or 2 or
Three.
3? Big farms? How big?
Yeah.
How big?
Well, we got 2 farms actually, 1,200 acres between
That's
the both.
pretty big. A lot of milking cattle.
Yeah, about 110 maybe.
But some people now have 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. Is your farm big too?
Like, a little smaller than Jared's.
Forest is about the same size as his.
Yeah. We have about 80 cows milking.
Yeah, we got like 80.
You guys all have to do chores
Yeah.
early in the
Not
morning?
so much.
What time did you get up this morning?
4.
Did
not,
you
not,
really?
not to do chores. I just woke up at it.
Oh, not to do chores? Why would anybody get up at 4 o'clock in the morning if they didn't have to do chores? Just woke up that early, huh? You guys did chores this morning?
I did.
Yeah, I had to go out and help put the cows in and stuff.
It's busy. I talked to Homer Bushy, the guy who's running the show here today. I said, what time did you get up this morning? He said, what time do I get up every morning? 4 o'clock to do the chores. Well, it's great to talk to you guys. Have a wonderful day, will you? And a good summer.
You too.
See you later. Well, be cool, everybody. The principal's here.
Be good.
Mike Lockman, how are you?
I'm good, Gordy. How are you?
Did you run into a little rain driving from Morrisonville this
You know,
morning?
we met Monday and we talked about the weather because the forecast was horrible. And Mr. Bushy and I talked a little bit about it. And I finally said, you know, Homer, we've got to do this. We got to get it done. And we're watching the weather all week, and it finally starts getting nice. And I walk out this morning, and there's a downpour in Morrisonville.
A
downpour. And I'm like, this cannot happen.
No.
But this is good. This is good.
This is
They're
not bad.
happy. So
Not as
yeah.
good as yesterday.
Not as good as
but
yesterday,
at least it's a little cooler.
it's a little cooler. It's beautiful out, and everybody's having a good time. So yeah,
So how's the job going?
job is going great. Really good.
This
Yeah.
is a good school.
It is a great school. There's so much going on for the kids here. Yep, it's going well. Got a big building project coming up. So
I know.
Yeah. So
What's
it's gonna
up
be
with the
good.
water coming through the floor in the gym?
We don't have any place left to put it.
Calvin told me that this morning. It's just high water table.
In our auditorium, it goes, because of the slant in the auditorium, it goes down low. And this is the first time in 25 years there's so much groundwater is coming up through the
Isn't
floor.
that amazing?
Unbelievable.
That's a
So-
story I wouldn't have
And-
believed
and
if I didn't hear it from you.
Naturally, when everything is going on in the school year, that's when this happens, right? Do you know our superintendent, Mrs. Marlowe? This is Laura
Get
Marlowe.
over here. I tried to talk to her a couple of weeks ago, and she
Yes.
was so busy at the other.
I
Was that a
know.
career day?
I know we have a lot of great activities in Northern Adirondack.
And thank God Mike just said that, isn't it good to have the rain stop today?
I know,
He
I
and I
know.
woke up in our little community of Morrisonville this morning, and all I did was shake my head and say, oh no, we're in big trouble.
It's
One
true.
minute it didn't rain, the next minute I could hear it beating on the
I
roof.
know. You never know, but we're very fortunate to have some beautiful weather today, so all the children can enjoy this beautiful FFA fair. Isn't it something?
We always love it every year. We're glad to see the program continue. We're sorry Don is under the weather, but what
I
would
know.
we do without Homer Bushy?
I know. It was nice.
The old man of the sea. He
Yeah.
just keeps coming
Yeah,
back for
he
more.
sure did. He sure did, and we're grateful because the kids would have been so disappointed if we couldn't put on this annual fair. And
Yeah, as Mike said, you got to do it.
You gotta
We
do
got to
it.
do it, and we have to carry umbrellas for all the cattle. Never mind the people. You were working the crowd the last time I saw you.
I know.
We watched your head going from booth to booth to booth. That was a
know.
good day too, wasn't it?
It was a good day, yes. Like I said, many good activities. And before I came to Northern Adirondack, I'd never even heard of the FFA or the fair. And boy, it's something, I'll tell you. And the kids love it, and it shows such responsibility, and they learn leadership skills, and it's something else, you know.
You know, at Hometown Cable, Calvin and I have spent a lot of years, he more years than I, but for the last 14 years, promoting things just like this.
Oh, yes,
So that
you
we
do.
can prove to the North Country first and then to the world that we have something going for us here in northern New York.
Absolutely, we sure do, and it's so impressive. And anyone who comes that's never been leaves here just with a whole different level of appreciation of what rural America's like, and we're so glad that we're one of the few chapters in New York State. And in fact, when the Commissioner of Education came, that's what we highlighted was our FFA program.
Did you really?
Oh,
Don't
yes.
you love it?
Yeah, we
well,
love
we
it.
got to make this program thrive.
Yes, we do.
It's you know, it has trouble from time to time. It
does.
ebbs and flows,
It's
to
true.
use an expression, but we
It's
got to
true.
get more rising.
More rising, more involvement. Absolutely.
You know, you and I don't know if we've ever chatted on television before. Did we once before,
I
maybe?
think maybe once before,
I
yeah.
want to know how you arrived at this point in your life. Where
Well,
are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Messina, New York. So
No! I'm going there next Thursday, baby. Coles
There you-
Creek is calling.
Oh yes, oh
yeah.
yes, oh yeah. That's where we all camp Memorial Day
Oh,
weekend,
yeah.
right?
We'll be there. So you're from Messina.
I'm a North Country girl, and then I came and taught Peru, and I was director of special education, and then became an assistant principal there. Then went to Sable Valley, became a high school principal there, and then when this opening, I always loved this school district.
That's a long agenda for a teenage girl.
I know. Yeah, 30 years in education, but you know
You know how to
what?
butter them up, Mike.
Yeah, you're right. I still
30
feel
year-
like a
have you really?
teenager. Yeah, 30 years in education. And
You must know Joyce Glasgow then,
Of
right?
course.
Well, dear,
Of course.
dear friend Joyce and Tommy
oh
and
yeah.
his brother Jack, and
Oh
they're all
yeah,
salt
wonderful
of the
people.
earth.
Oh, they sure are. And I think this will be my home for until I retire, because you can't beat this environment. There's such school community here. It's marvelous, and I'm very fortunate to be a superintendent here.
Community is the name of the word, the name of the game.
It is. Yep.
So many people live such fractionalized lives where they're going off in every direction. But
It's true.
a day like today, I watch the little kids. They love it.
They love it. Yeah, it's right. Like you said, salt of the earth, and the support you get here is unbelievable. So this is a dream come true.
You're going to stay at it for another 30 years,
We'll see about
or next
that.
Tuesday, whichever comes first.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks so much for stopping. Thanks
Nice
so
to-
much for your hard work.
Thank you. Bye now.
Yeah, Calvin said, "Goat lady, can you talk to us?" What is your name? I forgot.
Jennifer Bassett.
Jennifer, how are you?
Good.
We did talk to you last year,
Yes.
I remember. What's going on with you?
Not much.
What have you got for us here today?
I have a doe that just had her baby a week
Oh,
ago.
look at this. Oh, my.
And a rabbit.
And a rabbit. These are all yours?
No, these two here belong to him.
Hey, how are you? Come on over a minute. Whose pig is that, Jennifer?
Matt, I believe, but I don't know who's over
We'll
here
find
with
him
him.
later. Come on over. Who are you?
My name's Charles Guerin.
Charles, how are you?
Good.
You live around here?
Yeah, right there in Altona.
There's nothing wrong with living in Altona, right? So, do you have a lot of goats?
No, just 3 of them. We got a horse.
What would we do without wildlife? Do you live on an actual farm, or Charles? Or
No, we just got pets, that's it.
do you like the rate? This
I have 6 goats, 1 calf, and 16 rabbits.
What is there about goats that are fun?
My kids show them in 4-H.
Oh, they do?
Yep, she's a
Look at them
registered
go after
doe.
the rabbit. Look.
Hey!
Not be doing that.
Yeah, they're just a pleasure thing to have around, you know.
Really? I know a lot of people that raise goats. Do you like goat milk?
Yeah,
Ever?
yeah, I've tried it, yeah, I
Have
like
you?
it. Yeah,
I
it's very
drank
rich, yeah.
It is very rich.
Supposed to be the best in the world for you.
It really is. Jennifer, I remember once, long before you were born, when I started on the radio back in the 60s, there was a lady in Peru had a little baby, and the baby could not live on real milk or mother's milk or formula. Guess what it had to have? Goat's milk.
Yep. My daughter was raised on goat's milk.
And we found a family that had goats and supplied enough goat's milk for that baby for a long time, and that baby is now a grown woman, probably 50 years old.
Thanks to the goats, yeah.
Yeah, thanks to the goats. Listen to this. I never know if it's kids or
They're just like a
kids
kid.
or goats.
They're just like a kid.
But kids love goats, don't they?
Yeah.
You got kids?
Yeah, I got 2 of them. Then I have a couple that come over and they play with them.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I remember a long time ago when I was a little boy and I had to walk to school in Westchester County, there was a goat along the way. And every time I'd come home, if I had a bad mark on a paper, guess who got to eat the paper? So I never, as far as my mother knew, I never got a bad mark in school. I don't know if that.
You're the best buddy forever.
I was my best friend. I guess I didn't kill him. So, hey, you guys are the best. Do you like goats?
Yeah.
I love goats too. What are their names?
This is Sasha, and he don't have a name yet. He's a week old.
Well, come on, give him a name. How about yours?
I don't know. The kids know. I know.
The kids know the names and you don't.
That one's Princess, and that one's Coconut.
Coconut the Billy Goat. Remember the story, Billy Goat Gruff, when we were little kids? Our parents used to tell us, all right, we got to find the pig man.
Talk to them. They might know.
We'll find him.
He might be around the corner there somewhere.
That's a big pig.
Yeah, that's a big pig.
See you later, Jennifer.
Bye.
See you later, Charles. Have a great day. Well, if that's an attack pig, I think I could outrun it. Maybe the only thing on this campus that I could outrun. That is a big animal, and we understand the people that own it are inside, so I haven't had a chance to talk to them yet.
And it's a sow.
And it's a sow. That's it. You like pigs? Is that the...
I don't know about you, but I like pigs, Gordy. And
I love pigs.
particularly bacon.
I was just thinking BLTs for supper. if I don't go to the fish fry tonight, maybe we'll have some BLTs.
We don't want to talk too loud, though. We don't want to wake this one up.
Oh no.
I've been called a big pig in my life, but this is a real big pig.
We don't know how far back in the foggy mystery of time the Three Little Pigs was written, but it wasn't written about a pig this big, I'll tell you that, boy. And I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. Look at the size of that. I wonder if she's got little ones somewhere.
Yeah, I would think so.
When I was a youngster, that's what you did to survive. You bought a half a heifer or a pig in halves with somebody, and it kept you going for a long time. Did you guys have pigs on the farm?
Off and on, once in a while, not on a regular basis.
Yeah.
The last time they had some, I wasn't living there. Judy and I bought a pig, and we all bought a little pig, and it's kind of hard to say goodbye to that pig.
Well,
the kids what they're having for breakfast.
Is it, boy? And that's absolutely true.
They're awfully cute.
That reminds me of a story my dad told about his pet rabbit when he was a kid, and he came home and they had some pretty good meat for supper, and he asked his mother where they got meat. It was the first time they'd had meat in weeks.
Ouch.
She told him, and he never ate rabbit again. So that's the way of the world. Even farm children fall in love with their pets, as you know.
Yeah.
Everybody loves pigs and goats. That little baby is really, really sweet. And what did she say, a week old?
Yeah.
Just about a week old.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, the rain has held off, and we're in Ellenburg, Northern Adirondack Central School, for the FFA Fair. They do it every year here. Homer Bushy started it many years ago, and Don Jones took over the program, which has been very successful, but Don is under the weather these days, and we say our prayers for him and hope he'll be back real soon. If you knew what Calvin has to go through to get the camera on some of the calves, he's got it up. That level bubble has gone out of sight, Calvin. Well, we got him there. Who, you own these little calves?
Yep.
Who are you?
Jeremy Snide.
Jeremy, how are you?
Not bad, you?
I'm doing great. These the only two you brought here today?
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about them.
They're both about a week old. Pure Holstein calves. Just work for my father's barn. Snide Dairy.
How far is that away?
About 10 miles in Morse Forks.
I bet you didn't load them in the back seat of your car.
No, I threw the cab box in the back of my truck. brought them down.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know where I was one time. People were showing cattle. Somebody showed up in a small compact car, opened the back door, and a miniature pony jobbed out. They'd taken the back seat out of the car and put a pony in the car. I said, how did you get the pony in there? Oh, he likes to ride it. So you worked on the farm with your dad or what?
Yep, I work with my dad on the farm.
Yeah?
Yep.
Do you go to school here, or did you go to school here?
Yeah, this is my last year.
Is it really?
Yep.
Then what?
Taking over the farm.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
That's already done? You already figured that all out?
Yeah, I like doing it. Might as well keep doing it.
Any other brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I got an older brother and a younger sister.
Neither one of them are interested, or?
Not as much as I am.
You really like farming? Did you go to the, were you in the program here? In the ag program?
I was the last few years.
Were you?
Yeah, got into it.
Well, you were brought up on the farm, right?
Yeah.
How big a farm is it?
We milk about 60 cows.
Yeah, we talked to several people with 160, and that's not as big as some of these mega farms.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the biggest farm is around here, but I've heard well over 1,000 cattle, maybe 2,000 milkers.
Oh yeah.
Some of them.
Some pretty close to 2,000.
You think you'll keep your farm roughly the same size, or?
We might add on a little bit, but other than that, there's enough work there for keep us busy.
There's always enough work on the farm.
Oh, that's for sure.
Never enough income.
No.
Never enough money to buy grain and feed. But it's a good, honest living, and I give you a great deal of credit for wanting to take over your dad's farm.
Thanks.
That's wonderful.
I appreciate it.
Good luck with it.
Thanks.
When's graduation?
24th of June.
So you're counting every minute,
oh, yeah.
Counting every day.
Just counting them. Can't wait till they're over.
I love it. Thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
See you later. Oh, you are beautiful beasties. Who are you?
I'm Cody LeClaire.
And are these yours?
Yes, they are.
And who's that with you?
This is my friend Dylan.
Hi, Dylan.
Hi.
Are you just helping?
Yeah.
Is that yeah? If you think you can hold that animal, I don't know.
I know I can't.
If that animal wants to go, I got news
You're going with
for
it.
you. So how come oxen? How come?
We just had a bull calf born in our field and didn't really want to send it away, so we got another one. They're oxen.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah.
Who made this yoke?
I'm not sure really.
That's a good one. There aren't very many people who raise oxen anymore.
No.
These aren't the biggest oxen anybody's ever seen. But I bet you they're pretty strong.
Yeah.
Have you ever hooked them up to anything?
Yeah, we skid a tractor tire around with them.
Do you really? That tractor tire probably weighs more than 20 pounds too.
And then put Dylan or put me in it and they can pull it down the road.
I think they'd be great on a stone boat, don't you? Pulling stones out of the field?
Oh, yeah.
Ha ha ha. So these are on your farm?
Yep.
Where is that?
On the John Road in Ellenburg.
Big farm, little farm?
Little farm.
Small?
Just a little hobby farm.
Little hobby farm with 2 hobby oxen. How'd you get them here?
We used a cattle trailer.
I know you didn't lead them here. Do they lead pretty good or not?
Yeah.
Do they really? You've been working with them since they were young?
Yeah.
Now, are you both in the program here, right? I see by your shirt.
Yes.
Still?
Yeah.
How many years for you?
Probably 3 or 4 for me.
No kidding. And you don't get to show these oxen today, do you? Or you
No.
just show them here so people can
Yeah.
see them? What are their names?
This is Humphrey, and that one's Hawkeye.
Humphrey. I love it. Humphrey and Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Did you name them yourself?
I named this one. My mom helped me name that one.
Well, of course, Hawkeye. I should have known. You think she watched a little MASH a few years ago before you were born? Maybe that's true. Why Humphrey? You just came up with that name? Humphrey's a good name for a big, strong oxen.
We have a really good show out here today.
So you said you have a pretty small hobby farm.
Yep.
How many animals?
We got these 2. We have a little heifer calf, a beef bull, and a few chickens.
That's great. So what grade are you in?
I'm in 10th.
2 more years to go.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the power. Humphrey, don't kill him. Oh, be careful.
They've been hooked up for quite a while. They probably want to be like.
They probably want to be out and moving.
Yeah.
I'll let you go, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And a lot of people forget that showmanship is all
Just don't let them stick you with that horn there.
3/4 of the barn is blocked.
All right, we're Don McNeil. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
What's going on here?
Showmanship just ended. They had the 3 classes, different ages show. The 2 winners come back in for the overall champion. And now they're into the confirmation classes and go up by age in each of the breeds. They show against like a 3-month. They go March calves, June calves, September calves, December calves. They're broken up 3 months by ages. So they show them all in their own age groups and by the breeds. Now, when they get done all the way up through the calves and the yearlings, then they'll have junior champion of each breed.
No kidding.
And then they get into the cows after that. So
This is good for kids, isn't it?
Yep. A lot of kids aren't on farms anymore. They still like this. When our kids were younger, a lot of the parents wanted the kids hanging with farm kids because farm kids don't get in trouble. They do their sports, they do their homework, they do their barn work. They don't have time to get in trouble. And the responsibility they learn from it. You go when you're a farm kid, you go looking for a job when you get older, and you'll get hired because they know farm kids know how to work.
Yeah, I talked to a couple of kids. I said, "What time did you get up this morning?" They said 4 o'clock for chores. I talked to another kid. I said, "What time did you get up?" He said 4 o'clock. I said, "For chores?" He said, "No, I just woke up at 4 o'clock."
I like the legs a little better on the girl's calf, a little better, more
who is this
straighter
judge?
set to her hock.
She was a local girl from up near Brainersville, a Dumont girl.
Character, a little more refinement around her ribs, her top
she showed
line,
that she was younger and everything, went to college and married.
They are out of the same sire,
now
so
she's
it's
on
not
her
a
own.
surprise that they look so much alike.
She's
But
pretty
both
sharp.
very
She went
well-grown,
with us to
nice,
Springfield a couple of years to the
calves.
national
Good
show
job
down
to
there.
both
Her
of them.
parents wanted her to go, and she came with us a couple of years down there to learn and do stuff. But she's pretty keen at it. So
You know, there's an awful lot to this ag program. We try to. That's why we come back here every year to talk to people like you and others. But it's especially important for kids. Look at what they learn if they stick with this program in terms of being able to speak to people in public, being able to show their animals, and then go to the fairs, right?
yeah, they have all their contests. They're prepared speaking and all that they go to every year, and parliamentary procedure, so they know how to do a lot of other things, and the responsibility they learn here and then at the county fair and wherever they go on after. They have to take care of their animals. A lot of times the parents can't go with them, and the nephew kid that just won the showmanship, he was in the national last year. He did well in the national showmanship last year. He went to Indianapolis for that. So
How did they get enough money to make a trip like that?
yeah, they do fundraisers.
Do they really?
Yeah, the money they earn here today from their snack bar and stuff like that, and then they do different things through the year. And parents kick in what they can to get them there, and it's a good experience for them.
You know, and these programs are getting fewer and farther between anywhere in the country.
Yep.
And how many programs have we seen gone by the wayside right here in northern New York in the last 40, 50 years?
Well, this is the only one left for how many years? 20 now, maybe? In the county?
Yeah.
And there was a few years they brought kids up from Northeastern and Beekmantown, I believe it was. They
Yeah.
came up here for the program,
Sure.
and then they didn't offer it. So it's good for the kids.
Well, it's wonderful. It's good for people, for us old guys who worked on farms and were brought up on farms. And I was trying to remember the first time I met you. I bet you don't remember, but I think I interviewed you at Malone Fair one year.
Yeah, probably.
Malone Fair. We were griping and complaining about the cost of milk.
Yep.
And you know what?
Things never change.
Every year. And that's probably 10 years ago or more. So, you know, sometimes things never change. We just interviewed a young man over here who's a senior. He's going to graduate in June. I asked him what he's going to do. He's going to take over the family farm. And I gave him a pat on the shoulder. I said, "Bless you, young man. There aren't very many young people who are willing to do that these days."
There's no future in it. The hours you put in and the money you get out of it, but it's still the best place to raise a family.
Well, it is. I mean,
You're with them a lot more, and they learn to do things, and you work with them, and it's still the best place to raise a family if you can afford to do it.
So what kind of calves do we have out there right now?
Jersey.
Are they jerseys?
Yep.
And we there are how many different classes you said here today?
Well, you got all your calf classes up through junior, intermediate, senior, summer, and then your 3 yearlings. So
yeah,
and then whatever cows there is, if there's 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, all the way up through. So all told, between all the breeds, you'd probably have a neighborhood of 40 different classes.
No kidding. Well, it's good to see all these kids here today. Good the weatherman. I see you didn't bring an umbrella, so
No.
you must be a tough guy.
If it rains, I'll leave.
Yeah, I like his attitude, you know that? Don, thanks for chatting with us.
All
for a
right,
minute.
thanks, Jordan.
You're a good friend. See you later. I'm moving in the booth. Hi, how are you guys? Who are you?
Make it.
How are you?
Good.
I'm good too. Who are you?
Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. How are you doing? I was just coming in to say hello.
Okay.
How did you get this job?
I have no idea. He
Oh,
told me to
really?
do
Is
it.
that the way it works?
I guess so.
Oh, you're very good at it. What's your name?
Thanks. I'm Steven.
Steven, are you in this program or not?
I'm in FFA, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how I got the job.
So here, Mr. Bushy said you got the microphone today?
Yeah.
How did you know what to say? It's
I
written
don't know.
down there for
Yeah.
you, right? So that's this. You've never done this before?
No.
You live on a farm?
No.
Come on. So you don't know one cow from another? Is that what you're telling me?
Kind of. I can tell the difference, I guess. I don't know.
So you're in FFA, but not in any classes here, or what?
I have ag class 10th period, but...
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How did you just decide to take it, or how did you get involved?
Yeah, I felt like taking it, so...
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
It's a good class to take. Do you live nearby?
Yeah. I used to live in Shazy Lake, but now I live in Morrisonville.
You do?
Yeah.
Right next to the principal, maybe?
Yeah, really close to his house, actually.
I live right behind, right next to the fire station. Go ahead.
We're going to do a blue and a red. A blue for the young man and a red for the young lady.
Okay. Is that cool?
Yeah, I guess.
This is really fun anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So do you come here by bus every day?
No, I drive, and my dad works at the school, so he brings me too.
Are you a junior?
I'm a senior.
Senior? Where are you going after school this year?
I'm going to Johns Hopkins University in
kidding.
Baltimore. Yeah.
I'm excited. Have you visited there?
Yeah, I visited a few times.
How did you happen to choose Johns Hopkins?
I wanted to be a doctor when I grow up, so I guess I just decided that would be a good school to go to.
I think that's wonderful. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Excuse me. Paul Gilmore's here. How are you, Paul?
Good.
Haven't talked to you in at least a year.
Yep, it's been probably 2 years since I've been over with the horses.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Tell me about the horses.
10-year-old Belgian. This one right here.
Just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful.
Pretty good shape. The other one's a 20-year-old Percheron.
20 years old?
Yep. Unless you put him in a pasture, and then he looks like he's a 2-year-old out in the pasture.
Running
Got a
jump.
lot of life. A lot of life.
How long do they live? 40?
Yeah, 35, 40, depending on, their health and everything. They can
Both
be
looking
around a
good,
while.
but you've had both of these for a while, Paul.
Yep. We've had them for a while. We've had the gray longer than the Belgian, and I left. I mean, he's a big horse, but we left the big one home.
You got one bigger?
Yeah, he's a little bit bigger.
Come on.
I didn't have shot records on him yet. I just got him this spring, and he's a little bit bigger than him.
Do you work him at all, or
Work him out every day that it doesn't rain.
Do you really? Doing
Every
what?
day. Just exercise. I got a regular homemade sled that we hook them up and go up through the woods in the field. And during the winter, we got a winter sled. And then I go to fairs during the summer and pull them at contests and stuff like that. Fun, just to have fun.
Do they pull good weight?
Yeah, they'll pull good weight. This one and the new big one I got, I don't know yet. They're new at it, so whatever they do, I'll be happy with.
You take your time, and I bet they'll amaze you.
Yeah,
I've been a big fan of pulling for a long, long time. I've also been a big fan of people who decide to run for school.
Oh, I knew somehow this was going this way.
Well, you know what? it's tough to find people who will run for a school board. Did you do that in a weak moment, or how did that transpire with you?
Over months.
Really?
Over months.
Thinking about it?
Yes.
I know you've always been concerned about the school.
Been going to the school boards. Actually, who wouldn't want to be on this school board? Our budget didn't go up. We got a major project going on. Who wouldn't want to be on this school board?
Everybody looking at this place saying, that's a pretty special school. The people who work here, the kids who go to school here, and the people, we've talked to the superintendent today and the principal who lives right near me, and a member of the school board. But you've lived here for a long time, right?
My whole life. Chattagay Lake, Merrill.
Yeah.
Yep, my whole life. Yep, went to school. When this building opened up, how do I want to say? I was the first 7th grade class in the new building.
I didn't know that.
Yep. What year was that? I graduated when I graduated in 1979. It was the last original class that graduated out of the new building.
So you got a vested interest in this place for a long time.
Our 4 children went to school here and all graduated from here.
And a lot of people say, what can one person do? They'll gripe and complain and then move on. Move out of the area if they don't like it.
Right.
Some people stick around because they can make a difference, and that's why it's no joke. I tip my hat to you for even wanting to run for the school board, because it's not the huge salary that gets you into it. But there is a certain satisfaction in knowing that now you got a piece of it.
Right. Yep. Everybody's walked up today and the other night, congratulations, we think, right? And I say, yeah, most definitely. I'm excited.
I know
I'm ready.
I will make the best of it. You've never been one to button your lip if you have an opinion about something, but that's good in this case.
Yes, it is.
Because somebody's got to go to bat for this system so that it can continue to thrive as it is now.
And the other board members, everybody's going to have their own opinion. It's bringing all those opinions together and coming out with the right solution at the end. No matter if I wanted it black and he wanted it white and one wanted it red, maybe we got a maroon in there. We're all satisfied with that. And that's good.
Yeah, cougar colors.
No, we're green and gold, buddy. My daughter works down at PHS.
Oh, here we go.
Black and orange. I'm living with it, but it's not in my house yet.
I've had so many school colors in my families over the years, having raised 15 kids in all the schools in the North Country. Yeah. So did somebody beg you to run, or did you just make that decision on your own after wrestling with it for a while?
No begging. A few people suggested, and an old friend of mine I had a pretty good conversation with, that he had been on the school board, and he's getting up in age where if he would have ran, I wouldn't have. And he really didn't want to run. He's getting up in age, and but I had a good conversation with him and kind of made the difference. Kind of, not say made the difference. I don't know how I really want to say those. It had a good influence on me. Good influence.
It's a 5-year term, right?
5-year term.
It's wonderful.
I think so.
And I tell people, don't knock it till you've tried it.
That's right. And I've gone to the board's meetings and, had my comments, my questions, everything. Yeah. You can't say nothing unless you've been there. So
it pleases me to come down here every year and just look at the kids, watch the little kids having a good time, watch the big kids, and talk to the big kids who live and work on farms, who know what hard work is all about. And when you ask them how's school, they love it. Mm-hmm. You don't find that in every school in the world these days.
You don't. And maybe they love it because it's a break from haying and shoveling cow manure.
That's true.
But this is quite a program right here in itself.
It's a great program, and like I said, it has its ebbs and flows, but we want to see it thrive and stay alive for a long time to come.
I was talking with Mr. Bushy earlier, and he was saying he has kids from other schools that belong to this organization, and that's phenomenal.
It was his baby in the beginning, and now all of a sudden it is again for a while.
Yeah, and he's still around. He still takes a pile of kids to the county fair. Yeah.
Still gets up and does chores in the morning.
He told me that's why he's still milking, because of the kids.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's what he told me, yeah.
You're a good
What
friend.
did he say? He was 66, maybe, I think he said he was.
I don't know.
He's
old as dirt.
I don't know if he's quite that old, but...
Anyway, have yourself a wonderful
You
day.
too.
Thanks so much for what you do.
Watch that guy behind the camera.
I try so hard.
Watch that guy.
I don't know about you, Gordy, but we always call them banties. I see bantam written there.
Yeah, we always call them banty roosters, didn't we, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if I've been wrong for the past 60 years here. But
You know, chickens make the news every now and again. When I went to Hawaii a few years ago, they were everywhere. I said, where do all these chickens come from? They start crowing.
Eggs.
Yeah. You think that's where it all started?
The chicken or the egg? I'm not sure. Never decided.
And the roosters would start crowing about 3 o'clock in the morning, so that wore very thin. And I went up to Waimea Canyon on Kauai, and I thought, well, there'd be no chickens up here. I got out of the car, and the parking lot was full. Now the controversy is whether or not the chicken can cross the road in the city of Plattsburgh. Everybody's talking about chickens. Of course, years ago, almost every community had somebody raised chickens, somebody raised a pig or goats or cows, and now people want to raise chickens because of the cost of eggs. So here we go again.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into my neighbors.
Oh, that too.
90,000 of those smelly birds in the
You haven't had an opinion about chickens until you had to clean the coop. That's my old Confucius saying, and I had to do that a lot back on the farm. Look at this turkey and turtle.
He's showing who's ruling the roost here too. He's
running
showing
the show.
his feathers.
Look at him.
He's showing his feathers there.
Yeah, hear him? He did that just for the camera, you know.
Yeah.
We have wild turkeys at the rate of 30 or 40 right across the river from my house in Morrisonville. And every now and again, the toms will strut their stuff like that, and I love it when they put the fan out, showing you who the boss is.
He's trying to look bigger, and these kids,
yeah,
I'm going to taunt them just to get a rise out of them.
Oh, to see whatever they can do, yeah.
That's half the fun, I guess.
We're inside, by the way, where there are always some displays of small animals, mostly chickens, occasional turkeys, maybe a rabbit every now and again inside the school. They have had, I don't see the fish tank this year, but they have had fish in the past as well.
I wouldn't be surprised that fish tank is somewhere.
They're probably somewhere in the building. I know Don spent a lot of time with it, that's for sure. We got some blue ribbons here.
Yeah.
Blue ribbons and different colored ribbons have been awarded at the local fairs for as long as these
What are you doing in there?
agricultural fairs have
You got a
continued.
rabbit? Well, let's go see this rabbit here.
This is not your rabbit.
These are my two rabbits.
Oh, I love it. Who are you?
My name is Sarah Williams.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
These are your two rabbits, and their names are?
I don't name them because they're identical. I can't tell them apart. Like, they're literally identical. I can't tell them apart, so I haven't named
Two
them.
words. Magic marker.
Actually, when I got them, one had a green spot on its back from the school, because I got them from the school, and that's when we were able to tell them apart, but now I can't
Now
tell them
you can't.
apart. Right.
So Frick and Frack, or Mutt and Jeff, or Homer and Jethro, or
Yeah, something. I can't figure any nice name out.
oh, Whitey. Yeah.
Whitey and
1 and
Snowflake.
Whitey 2.
They wanted to name one Snowflake, but I was like, okay, name one and pick which one you want for the day.
Are these your first rabbits?
I had rabbits when I was smaller, but they were so big that I wasn't able to take care of them. But now that I'm bigger and I have smaller rabbits, it's easier.
So you keep them at home?
Yep.
Did somebody have to build a hutch for you, or?
No, I bought a cage and I had them in my dad's garage, which he wasn't happy about.
Oh.
But I was able to keep them in there, and now that it's summer, I'm bringing them outside and having them on the grass.
Why rabbits?
Oh my goodness. I am a freak about rabbits, an absolute freak.
Why?
So ever since I was a baby, I had a stuffed animal, and every picture I'm in, a rabbit is in, like a stuffed animal, and I have all my knickknacks, and if you close my door in my room, full shelf of knickknacks, I don't know, I just love them.
Those are stuffed rabbits.
Yeah, but I finally got my own this year because I was able to pay for them and keep them up myself.
Are you in the program here, the ag program?
I am in the ag class, but I'm not in FFA.
So tell me about what ag class is like. I haven't talked to anybody about it except Mr. Bushy, and he invented it. So what's it about?
Actually, we had Mr. Jones before.
Yes.
And since he is ill, we have Mr. Bushy now. And Mr. Bushy is a great teacher, and he's able to teach us more about the ag science part of it, which we've learned, like the reproductive tract of a cow. We've learned soil and elements and what's good about when you can grow and all the elements, and we've tested. And I took class because it was a fun class.
It's good stuff. It's very important things to learn about, I think, and most kids don't get that opportunity.
Yeah,
because these classes aren't taught in a lot of schools. So what year are you in?
I'm a senior right now.
Ta-da. No wonder the smile is so broad.
Yes, only a couple more days.
And then what?
Oh, I am going to college.
Where?
I'm going to Clinton.
Good for you. Do you have future plans that are very ambitious, or what do you want to take?
Yes, I'm going to be a medical and health service manager. And I got my presidential scholarship to Clinton that I will go on a free ride there. So.
Isn't that wonderful? And then who knows after 2 years there, right?
Actually, I will be living in Florida.
Man, oh man.
Yes.
Why?
My boyfriend is in the Air Force.
Where have I heard that song and dance? Get me a violin. That's wonderful, though.
Yes, I'm very happy. I'm really excited.
That's really good. But have you always lived here?
No, I moved here when I was in kindergarten, but ever since that point I haven't.
Yeah.
Most of my family is in Madrid, but more and more.
Madrid!
Yes.
I told a lot of people I'm going over in that direction next week because I'm going to camp at Coles Creek, which is on the St. Lawrence River. So Madrid is a good place.
Yeah, I used to live there, but I was 5 when I moved here.
So you hardly remember? Do you go back?
Oh yeah, we go camping because my grandfather lives on the Grass River, and he owns a lot of property there. So we go camping there, and so haven't in a couple of years, but we have.
People here may not even have heard of the Grass River, but I lived on the Grass River in Messina Center for a long time.
Wow.
So that's very special country for me. But so is this. You are a charming young lady.
Thank you.
You will be successful.
I will.
in the future, and we'll pay attention to your career, okay?
Thank you.
Take care of your bunnies.
I will.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Look who's here.
Yeah, long time no see you.
Mike Bushy, how are you?
Good, good.
What's going on here?
Well, I was up to the health fair a few weeks ago, and the agriculture teacher come over and talked to me, and he said, you do a lot of community service with women. I said, yes. So he asked me if I would come up and just set up a display with the different things we have. I try and set it so we got the business end here and the fraternal end here. So I can kind of talk about both. Actually, I talk more about the fraternal to most of the people that come. They ask about it. And a lot of them will want to take a booklet and read up on it and see about it. And a couple have asked me to check with them at a certain time. So get the word out about Woodmen. It's a good group. They have a lot of family values and family events.
Thanks to people like you and the Gagnes and Calvin Castine.
Yep.
I was introduced to the Woodmen, I'll bet you, almost 40 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
When a representative came to the radio station where I worked and said, have I got a deal for you? and it's been a long-lasting relationship ever since. We've been to the camp in Isle of Mott. Not lately, though.
No.
They've been underwater over there, those poor people.
Yeah, I know. We're just waiting for it to break so we can go have our camp cleanup day. We have a camp cleanup day where a lot of members and the lodges go over and try and get it in shape.
I love that place. I love that place because it's like a lot of the old church camps that I remember from when I was a little kid, you know. those buildings with the wainscoting inside and all that stuff, you know.
Mike, I don't know if you feel up to it, but could you talk a little bit? There's bound to be a few Woodman members who've been affected by a natural disaster called flooding in our area, so maybe you can mention the benefits if some Woodman members are watching out there and don't know that they've got something coming.
That's a good idea.
Yes, if you've had a loss and a lot of problems with this flooding and your Woodman members, please give us a call at our Woodman office in Plattsburgh at 561-7213. Call me, 236-7398, or we're on the website, woodman.org, and you can get a lot of information.
There are a lot of benefits that people aren't even aware of. You don't plan for these disasters, but when they happen, it's nice to know that the Woodman is there, because the word fraternity has a special meaning for Woodman.
And Calvin remembers when we had the floods and we had everything else, Woodman was out there then. That's before I was involved with it, but I remember Woodman being out there, and I think gave turkeys and other things, right, Calvin? So it's been around a lot, and it's helped out a lot, and we're also involved with the Red Cross in different areas, and we do a lot when these disasters happen. So if you've got problems, you're a Woodman member, be sure to get in touch with someone.
And we give away a lot of flags.
Yeah, in fact, I've got one here that I put in the Chinese raffle, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that great?
So
we've seen Woodman flags flying over our fire station a lot of times. Every time the flag gets ragged, I have to call Woodman and say, you guys need a new flag.
Yeah, we've given over 2 million flags away.
Yeah, think about it.
And we give flagpoles. Our own lodge has 2 a year, and that's a complete flagpole unit with the flag. And people appreciate it, and there's also need for them. I get asked often about it.
I don't know how many flags have you given away yourself? How many presentations have we done over the years?
I can't count them.
Lots and lots and lots. But it's great meaning not only for you and me and for you, but for the people who receive the flags. It's very important.
Yes, it is.
There are a few patriots around, you know.
Yeah, we do a lot of patriotic services. Like I'll be up here in a couple of weeks, and I'll be giving the history awards.
Yeah.
I brought one to Shazy yesterday.
Did you really?
And Champlain, all the local schools have history awards, American history awards.
So important.
Yes,
so absolutely important.
They really do it's a nice plaque that we give them. Very nice.
Is that cool?
Yeah, it is.
You're the man, Michael.
Okay, well.
At the moment, you're the man.
Yeah, thanks for stopping.
Have a great day, will you? See you later, Mike. And we walked by and the bicycle was going and the light was barely making it. I forgot who you are.
My name is Peter Hager.
Peter, how are you? Yes, I know you.
Cornell Cooperative Extension Agriculture Agent for Clinton County. But I'm here supporting the FFA today and having a little booth here on energy savings.
It's a great idea. So get the kids on. Here, you're gonna get. Come on, pedal for me.
Okay, go ahead and pedal.
You talk to her.
And we're gonna turn some lights on. It's gonna get a lot harder. Whoops, that's a bouncing away because it's so hard to ride. But if we turn the CFLs on, you can light all 4 of those for the same amount of energy it takes to light one of the other light bulbs, doesn't it? Looks like he's worn out already.
Oh, we gotta try it.
All right, one more.
That's hard. How's that?
Okay, not too fast though. So we'll give you a fan to cool you off. And then we're gonna turn a light bulb on. And it's gonna make it a lot more difficult to ride, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, if we turn these other light bulbs on,
It's easier.
it's a lot easier, isn't it? That's because they're a lot more efficient and they take a lot less electricity.
Isn't that great?
They love riding it.
Well, it's an object lesson for them.
Yes.
Now they just established a new law in Vermont again about recycling because there's a tiny bit of mercury in most of these bulbs. And now the onus is back on the manufacturer to take the bulbs back where it should have been in it all the time.
Sure.
Because the worst thing we can do is throw them into the landfill.
But one nice thing is that because the mercury is encapsulated in that glass tube, it's not released into the environment.
Of course not. And but when it is, it can be dangerous.
Sure.
But these are amazing discovery.
Yes.
The first thing I did when they came out, New York State Electric and Gas gave them free.
Right.
And that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I still have some of those old original ones still operating in my house.
They can last up to 10,000 hours,
Yeah.
and that's about 7 years of average life use.
But now every bulb in my house has one.
Right.
Wherever I can get a bulb and a fixture, it's there.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
So you've been involved with the Cooperative Extension for a while.
Just 2 years now.
What before that?
I worked at my father's veterinary hospital for about 15 years. And,
of course you did.
I used to deliver papers to Wiry when I was a kid.
Hey, come on, you did not.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
You know, it's people like you who make me remember that I started there 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Can you? 1961.
Wow. I think I delivered papers when I was about 10, which would have been back in the early 70s. And I used to ride my bike up and down Route 3 and deliver, right to Wiry to the station.
So why didn't you become a veterinarian?
I was more interested in agricultural type things,
Really?
and I went to college for agricultural science. Cornell.
Of course.
Yeah, and then I worked on some farms, did some other things, had my own business for a while, and then I worked for my father as the business manager.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so it was fun. And when he retired, I kept working for about another 5 or 6 years. And then I wanted to do something different, and the Cooperative Extension was just the right thing for me.
Just a wonderful organization.
Definitely.
I've had a friendly relationship with so many people from the first day I started at that radio station, and all the canning shows every fall, and the gardening shows in the spring. And now Amy Ivy and the crew work so hard. Cooperative Extension, it's difficult. Any business is difficult, especially with budgets the way they
sure.
are. So the whole aspect of Cooperative Extension has changed a lot. So what do you do mostly in the course of a day, Peter?
Mostly I help small and beginning farmers decide, what they can do to, make money farming. I answer a lot of questions about chickens and livestock mainly. Don't deal too much with dairy farmers, but mostly beginning farmers that want to get into some farming.
We've talked to several kids here who live on hobby farms.
Yeah.
They have four or five animals.
Right. Well, they're very lucky here in Northern Adirondack School District to have the FFA program, where a lot more kids than just farm kids can get exposure to agriculture.
You got it. Here we go.
Here we go. Look at that.
Hey, he's lighting all the lights up. Peter, I'll let you go.
All right, thanks.
Nice to see you.
All right.
How's your dad doing?
Doing well.
Tell him Gordy said hello.
I will.
See you later,
Okay.
Peter.
Ooh. Okay, keep pedaling. There we go. Look at that. You want to see if you can light up here? We can point it out.
Yeah, before Calvin hit the button, she says, "Oh no, what am I saying?" First of all, tell me who you are.
I'm Mary Manor.
How are you, Mary?
I'm good.
I'm good too. What are you doing here at this table?
I'm selling raffle tickets. There's the Chinese auction, which is over there, and it's 2 tickets for $1 or 5 tickets for $2. And then I'm selling benefit tickets, which are $5 a piece.
Well, how did you get roped into this little job?
Well, I just got asked.
Somebody said volunteers.
Yeah.
So you did it. Have you made $100 yet?
Probably.
You think so? Really?
Yeah.
That's great. Are you in the program here at school or what?
I just graduated last year.
Ta-da!
Yeah. I was in this program. I was the vice president last year.
No kidding. Well, we talked a lot about the program, and that's why we're here doing this program. We've watched it for a long, long, long time.
Yeah.
So, did you go to college after high school, or what?
I went to CV Tech for 2 years for like office assisting program, and I got a job at the hospital.
You're working there now?
Yep.
Doing what?
I'm a unit clerk on the mental health floor.
Wonderful!
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And you just keep coming back here, right?
Yes.
Thanks for talking with us.
You're welcome.
You did well. Have a great day.
You too.
Now she lays down.
Take a little bit more at the big
That's all right. That's all right. She can lay down. That's not your, but she's a Swiss anyway, huh?
Yeah, she is.
That's what we found out. And the person who owns that animal owns the pig.
Yeah.
The pig is way bigger than the calf, though.
I think he said it's $4.95 the pig.
$4.95.
Yeah.
Some little kid said to me, "Would you bring that pig out here for me?" I said, "I can't lift it. Can you?" He showed me his muscle. "Yeah, I can do that. No problem. Look at this." Who are you?
Austin McGrave.
How are you, Austin?
Pretty good, you?
Where do you live? Around here?
I live up in West AZ.
And you go to school?
Here.
Here?
Yeah.
Junior, senior?
I'm in 10th.
10th grade?
Yep.
In the program? In the ag program?
Yep.
What do you think of it?
It's pretty awesome right now. One of our teachers, he has high blood pressure, so the guy here, he was the first teacher here, so it's doing good though.
You like the program?
Yep.
So did you bring cattle here today or what?
No, I helped set up everything.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
It's quite a big fair every year. It takes time to do all this and get people to do stuff.
Yeah, especially we didn't have much time to like put advertisement out and all that stuff.
Don't you worry, we knew about it. Calvin and me, we have to come back every year and check it out. Do you live on a farm?
No, I don't.
Well, how did you get involved with it?
I don't know, I started off in ag mechanics.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, then they just moved my schedule around and just put me in this.
It's good. It's a lot to learn, a lot to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you got friends who are on farms, right?
Oh, yeah.
Lots of friends?
Yeah.
So how do you get down here from West AZ every day?
Bus. Our bus ride every day.
What time does the bus come at your house?
7:10.
Come on.
And I get here at 8:10.
You kidding. I didn't know they had hour-long bus rides still. Isn't that? Do you ever fall asleep on a bus?
Yeah.
More than once?
Yeah.
I can imagine. So you're in 10th grade?
Yeah.
Finishing 10th grade?
Yeah.
With any luck at all. And you'll be back here next year.
Yep. Hopefully I want to show next year, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be wonderful. We got a good bunch here. I think we got almost as many as we had here last year. Were you involved last year?
Yeah, I think we have like a couple more than last year. 4, yeah.
Not a bad idea.
No.
I think that's great. Well, thanks for talking with us.
Yep.
At least I know what a Swiss looks like. See you later.
Yeah, you too.
Well, we start with the man and we end with the man.
I don't know about that.
Best trim mustache in town. Homer Bushy, you have done it again.
Well, I think so. The weather's been great. It wouldn't have been for the weather. It sort of definitely made a difference in being have a happy, decent fair. Cause
Oh, it's wonderful. It turned out warm. There hasn't been a drop of rain since we got here. And I don't know how you got it set up in time. How long does it take to prepare for it?
Well, the preparation's not too bad. Most of it's, pretty well set. Mr. Jones got the tents ordered. You got to try to get that at least a month ahead of time because you never know. They've got a limited number of tents, and I'm not sure if they can expand beyond that because some of these tents are good size, and this is the time of year when graduation things going on. But anyway, the tents you had, and also the ribbon order that has to be put at least way up a month ahead of time. And he had gotten the judge, so we're just getting everything coordinated and making contact with those people and getting the things here on the time that I wanted to do. I got it here a day early, which was good because Thursday we got an awful lot of rain up here. But Wednesday wasn't bad. And the people from Foster's Tent were able to put the tent up with no problem. And
they're good friends and real good people.
Oh, yeah.
Way back, I call him the patriarch Nordy. He'll make your canvas cover, including the covers that Calvin used down here on his camera.
There you go.
Oh yes, we had to get that. We had to get that when we talked to them. But they're a good family. They're good people. Yeah, there's the cover right there that Nordy made. So anyway, yeah, it takes a little while to get things organized.
Yeah, just to make the phone calls to make sure that the people are doing what they got to do and get things here on time, so that we don't have to worry about weather conditions that cause any more effect than is necessary. I've always related to the kids to tell them all the different kinds of conditions that we've had since we've been doing this. And
I remember one year when we almost lost a tent.
Well,
was that last year or a couple years ago?
More than, yeah. I know one year when I was here, we had to take and use the Mar tractors that we had plus the school tractors and tie them to the corners of the tent because the wind was blowing so hard from the northwest.
It was terrible. I thought Calvin and I were there.
We've had a little snow to go with it also, and that wasn't very many. Maybe once or twice, but we did have a little bit of that to go with it too.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh yeah.
May. Well, this year has been good. One of the kids said he thought there were maybe 2 more cattle here than last year. Or
There could be. I don't know what the numbers were last
very,
year.
very happy.
Yeah, and we had a couple of people that couldn't make it for some reason or another, and otherwise, but then obviously would have had a few more than that. But no, we had a good turnout. And like
a special thanks to the judge. What's her name again?
Her name is Rebecca Dumont Brown. Rebecca's originally from Malone, like I said, and she has been very active with the 4-H people, which I've already mentioned too. But she's
just
great.
very, very professional, very nice to the kids and to the animals.
Yes, and sometimes some judges can take a lot of time in doing this, and maybe it's sometimes good to be critical a little bit, but she knows what these animals are supposed to look like, and she's done it exceptionally well. And in fact, this is probably going to be record time in getting this cattle show done.
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh yeah, and most importantly is we got to get the cattle out of here, to try and prevent if we can get it before the buses go out.
Oh, I never thought of that. Oh, that might be a good idea, Homer.
And then the end, we got to worry about the prizes that we've got to give these kids. And I'm telling you, we've got a phenomenal number of prizes. These kids they're going to go around many times before we get done. They're going to have 4 or 5 different types of things they're going to be able to get between money and different kinds of gifts or prizes, awards, whatever you might say, beyond money that they're going to be able to get.
Well, what we're here for is to spotlight this program. And it was your baby. Some years it felt like having a baby too, didn't it?
Yeah, I think maybe I never went through that process, but I'll tell you what, it definitely can be enduring every once in a while.
But it's a very special program. It's if I might use the phrase, it's a rare animal in this day and age, and it's so good to see it surviving here in Ellenburg. Don't ever let it go.
I do my best I can, but I'm not the person that's here, and also the administration and the Board of Education and the faculty of the school is definitely supportive. We're going to be supportive of the program to continue, and if we can do that and have that, then it'll be here hopefully as long as it ever can be. If you had a chance to look at that history board or not,
it's amazing.
When it started, and the gentleman that was there before me, and the lady, a couple girls before me, everything was there intact, and we just hope that it can continue to be.
And you retired in 2002. 9 years ago already?
9 years ago.
Oh,
next
come
year,
on.
Next year we'll be beginning my 10th year of retirement. Yeah.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, Homer, thanks so much. And thanks to all the people who helped here today, the various businesses who stopped by. Like I said, the faculty, the administration. And there's a lot of hands involved.
A lot of mothers that are in that kitchen working.
A lot of moms, too.
Oh, yes. And definitely when you got a complete team, usually nothing can go wrong.
They looked a little busy out there in that kitchen
today. They all sold themselves on hamburgers.
Yeah.
And they go back and get some more. So I guess that's a pretty good thing.
And I haven't even stood in line yet.
Oh.
Homer, thanks so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for
being
here.
You're the man. Thank you for spending time with us.
No problem.
This has been an education for me, and I was never in an ag program, but always have been fans of any agriculture program in any school system. And if you thought they died, these programs 30, 40, 50 years ago, you're so wrong. Look at the enthusiasm for these young people today and their parents and their teachers and the man, Homer Bushy, who's been involved for such a very long time. It's a great program, and if you find a way to support this program through your kids, your grandchildren, your school board, please tell them you appreciate it. We also appreciate your comments and suggestions anytime for our little corner or any of the other things that Calvin does. We also ask you to send your generous check to Calvin Castine Hometown Cable on the Ridge Road in Champlain, because we need your financial support in order to continue this program. And who knows where we're going to be next time for our little corner.